Welcome to Unshaved and Unfiltered. This is the All Hot Takes episode. We have amazing stuff to talk about. This has been a week of a lot of releases in different companies. So stay tuned and check it out. Hello and welcome to our special show. I have with me Jtilly and Ellijare. My name is Tony Allen. Welcome everybody. Again, this show is when we discuss the news of the week, and each of them has 1 minute 30 seconds to give their points. But this episode in particular is all hot takes. We've been taking it easy on you guys. That's no more. This is gonna go cuckoo. All right, Jtilly, introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be nuts. For those of you that just turned in for the first time, I am Jtilly, and yeah, man, I got some hot takes for sure. I've got some things that I might say that might be a little controversial as we go through. Maybe there's a conspiracy theorist in me. I don't know. We'll see, but definitely want to talk about some stuff for sure.
All right, Ellijare, go ahead, man. Introduce yourself.
Hey, it's Ellijare. Happy to be here, and I've got my tinfoil hat right here just in case. And I'm generally a WWE brain, but I think this week may be a little bit different.
Wow, yeah, it's been a lot of stuff out there right now that makes you, change your mind about things that you think thought, not anymore. So let's start this show first by flipping a coin. As you know, the magical coin that doesn't exist. We're just gonna.
Ellijare wins it this time, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. How could you tell? Come on. Okay, so here it goes.
Coin toss.
Tails.
So wait, what's it called? It's heads, bro. Why you do this, man? Come on. Oh God. All right. Anyways. All right.
Call Andy Reid. Get Andy Reid on the phone here.
Let's. Hey. We're switching to soccer. We're switching to soccer this at least this week. At least this week, yes. Yeah, okay. So I don't know where the ref went this Sunday.
Fly Eagles fly.
Oh God. I'm gonna edit that out. All right, so let's start.
Let's get it on.
There's AW exactly. Let's start from the start. AW secretive pay-per-view strategy. AW has been deliberately keeping their 2025 pay-per-view schedule secret, aiming to prevent WWE from counterprogramming their events and high-profile shows. As we have seen, it has not worked because they have a show right every week when they have. Anyways, questions are all of WWE's dates on Saturdays strategically against AEW? Can AEW do something? Does it have any impact of changing their dates? Let's say they go to Sundays. And how will this impact the long term of the pay-per-view programming for the shows, for the weekly shows? Jtilly?
Ellijare goes first.
Ellijare, you have 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yeah, you know what? The WWE, UFC, TKO, they are very, very smart. AEW, they have Tony Khan who's pulling the strings. He's very aware of the programming, counter-programming. And because the WWE has Raw, SmackDown, NXT, now they have Evolve, up, down, down. NXT is putting on these amazing pay-per-views, and it's just a continuous evolution of programming. And I can barely find Ring of Honor. So if AEW doesn't get things rolling, they're going to fall to the wayside. What can AEW do? They've been putting on some amazing shows lately, and I think they just stick with a formula that works. Don't try and get too slick. Do their Wednesdays, do their Saturdays, and do them right. Because you sit down and you watch a show and you're like, holy cow, the show's over, because the pace, the show, the talent, everybody's getting their shit in. And, the whole thing, what can they do? Do what they do well, and everything will take care of itself.
10 seconds.
And never mind the naysayers and all the, the keyboard ninjas sitting out there. Do your shit, Tony.
Done.
The talent, done.
All right. Yeah. You got to depend on yourself, right? All right. Jtilly, go ahead. You have 1 minute 30.
Yeah, I think it's funny that a company that said, oh, we don't care about them, we're not going to pay attention to them, is suddenly making all their programs counter their programming. Like, you've got now I'm not saying Evolve is going to be on the level of Dynamite. However, it's a WWE product on a Wednesday night, which is going to draw eyes to it, right? Because it's WWE. So if they push it right, they're going to pull some of those numbers away from AEW.
Is it at the same time?
Yeah, it's 8:00.
Oh, wow.
Evolve is on at 8:00, so it's head to head. They've got their Saturday show. So traditionally, Tony Khan did Saturday pay-per-views. And that's kind of what was a little different, because we could watch Saturday, then turn on Sunday and watch whatever WWE is doing. Well, now suddenly we have Saturday Night Main Event every Saturday. Oh, and by the way, we're moving our pay-per-views to Saturday. So now 2 times a month, they're going head-to-head with Collision, or whatever pay-per-view is on, they might be going head-to-head with Saturday Night Main Event. So I understand Tony Khan keeping it close to his vest and keeping those secure. However, that's not going to help your ticket sales going out, because now you don't have as much time to plan time off and stuff to enjoy and go to those events. I think LFG coming on Sundays now, and there's just so much WWE program out there that they're going to overlap somehow. And I think
10 seconds, but you get 5 more because I interrupt you.
I think Ellijare hit the nail on the head with, they just need to stay the course. Not the course they were on 2024, but the course they were on now and what they started with, which is a little bit of an alternative to WWE. And that's what AEW started to feel like again. And if they keep that course, then they're going to build them back up and going to continue to grow.
All right. Yes, I think you can only
solid close.
Yeah, you can only depend on yourself. But also, my thought has always been, for anything, it's, pressure makes diamonds. So if you gotta compete, you better throw those punches and make them strategic and strong, right? That's
and I've said it forever that if AEW would not have come along, WWE would not have improved the way it has.
No, we had that thing we were discussing this morning that I sent you guys about. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good point. Yeah, exactly. We will still be in very lame territory with zombies and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyways, segment number 2. This is our second question of the night. WWE LFG. That stands for Legends and Future Greats.
Another little dig.
Oh, well, but I mean, who's writing these names? Anyways, it's set to introduce a fresh take on talent scouting and development. Friend of my boss, Bubba Ray Dudley, serves as one of the coaches and is highlighting a surprising element: the real, unfiltered side of the Undertaker. This is a unprecedented glimpse into Taker's actual personality, and it seems that the landscape of talent scouting has changed drastically since Tough Enough, which focused more on physical trials, charisma tests, and grueling eliminations. WWE LFG, on the other hand, seems to be more of a mentorship kind of thing. So it's not much, you're going to drop and give me 20, and more like, please tell me how you're feeling today in a promo. How does WWE LFG? They gotta stop with these letters. This is too much, man. We'll compare to previous talent scouting shows like Tough Enough or NXT early days. Remember, NXT actually started like a elimination show kind of thing. How does this show reflect the evolution of WWE approach to talent development? And will these behind-the-scenes look at the Undertaker enhance his legacy, or will it risk diminishing the mystique of the character? It's just that I feel that was something very weird. Ellijare, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds, starting now.
Hey, so huge fan of Bully. He's got his school in Connecticut. Devon's got his school. Also, I believe it's in New York. So they've got their school. So, they're able to talk about their school, Team 3D, da-da-da-da-da. So a little bit of product placement there. Bully has been a long time proponent of improving the AEW product. So all of a sudden he's now forefront with the WWE. WWE got tired of hearing, I don't want to say got tired of it, but we're like, well, if AEW is not going to take him up on it, we're going to take him up on it. So AEW, long time, he had an open door. Hey, we'll help you out. I'll come do it for free. Well, I'm sure he's not doing the LFG for free. Now, what you're seeing is Mark Callis, the American Badass. You are not seeing the Undertaker. Undertaker is dead. Yes, he's wearing a purple button down and that whole thing, but you will never see the Undertaker again. He said that clear as day. Is it tarnishing the legacy? No, the Undertaker will always be the Undertaker. You saw Mark Callis there on ESPN this morning.
10 seconds.
Yesterday, and Michelle McCool got announced for Hall of Fame. So what are we seeing? It's WWE product placement, programming 101.
Time.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, good points there. Yeah, the Undertaker took the last right, apparently. So, yeah. All right, Jtilly. 1 minuto 30 segundos. Yeah, you got that. Now he knows what I'm saying. Now he's taking Duolingo. Duolingo's pet died, by the way. What the fuck was that on the week? Anyways, here we go. 1 minute 30, go.
All right. So first of all, I mean, we're not going to address the elephant in the room of LFG, which is the thing Tony Khan says all the time. And WWE's just going to go, oh, that's the name of our show now. I mean, Tony Khan's always doing the let's effing go. And I was just like, come on. As soon as I heard the name, I was like, man, another dig. But anyway, yeah, I agree with Ellijare. Like, you did hear Bubba a lot, or Bully Ray, or whatever he's going by now, a lot of times offering that free advice to AEW.
Hot take alert.
But at the same time, like, crapping on the product. So it's one of those like, hey, you guys suck, but I'll help you. Okay, whatever, But now he is under contract, which I think is really interesting because he works for a show that's supposed to be non-biased and tell the news and interview everybody. And now he's literally under contract with WWE. And so is Mark Henry, who is now on a Legends deal. It's kind of interesting that we have the one source that's probably one of the most listened to shows about wrestling.
It is the most listened to show.
Yeah, is highly influenced by WWE now. And I said I was going to get some conspiracies here, but come on, man. Like, there's so much going on that makes it feel like WWE is trying to sabotage AEW every chance they get. It's getting a little funny, but I don't think
10 seconds.
Undertaker's legacy. I think, like he said, the Undertaker's dead. He said he was dead. He buried his boots, which is why when Rhea won, he came out as the badass, not as the Undertaker, to congratulate her.
Time.
I think we're fine.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. It's just that this show, at first glance, does not give me those vibes that I got from Tough Enough, which is like, it's gonna be grueling, and you're gonna get there. And I'm not a wrestler, and I don't intend to be. But from what I hear from old school wrestlers and current wrestlers, it's just that getting there now, it's super easy. And I'm not saying that it should be a pain to get there, but they should learn everything, right? And it doesn't seem like that's what they're portraying here at all. It seems like they just like, all right, so cut a promo and let's take you to Raw. So I don't know.
Are you gonna watch it?
No, probably not. I don't have time for that shit. So, but
I'll at least check it out.
I was more interested in Evolve. I thought that was more of a thing that I wanted to watch. Now I'm gonna have to watch both.
I'm gonna be all over Evolve. Yeah.
I don't know. It seems especially like Okay, I know we're getting off topic, but to be putting out the money. Wait. All right, third question of the night. It's always terrible when people lose their jobs, man, or hearts are with them. WWE released a whole bunch of people. Apparently, Elektra Lopez, Giovanni Vici, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Isla Dawn, Cedric Alexander, AOP, and Paul Ellering and Blair Davenport got released. And also, more on this, Sonya Deville's contract is set to expire soon. Now, that means that if her contract's expiring, she will be able to go wherever she wants the next day. Not the case as for the other people who have to wait their non-compete clause. There is AEW, TNA, New Japan. Well, I guess TNA not so much, right? Because they just release a whole bunch of people. With all this talent release, are they all destined to go to AEW? Or are they other promotions that will be better options for them? Which of these wrestlers will have a bigger impact outside of WWE? And are these releases signaling a shift in the WWE long-term roster strategy? Well, this is so crazy because it ties up with what we were just talking about, the fact that, we got this show that's going to produce wrestlers. So where are they going to go, right? This is just crowding anyways. Which promotion, besides that, which promotion stands to gain the most from the signing any of these release wrestlers? And finally, will any of these return to WWE? I might have to give you extra time because this is a very crazy subject. You want to do a double down on this? You want to go back and forth? All right. So we're gonna start with Jarrett. We're gonna go with Jtilly, and then we go back to Ellijare, and finally Jtilly. So you're gonna have 3 minutes. We're gonna have 1 minute 30 seconds first. Choose your words wisely. Go, Jade. Ellijare,
we're about to have a shit ton of NXT call-ups. We're going to have wrestlers getting released, contracts not getting renewed. Sonya Deville, I think she'd be a perfect fit in the Death Riders. Write that down. See if that is a proverb and happens in the future. What does this mean for the roster? This just means that the roster is continuously overturning. There's, just like NFL teams, they've got 57 spots, 32 teams. They're drafting, 7 rounds, 32 picks per round. So what is that? 210 NFL players come in. The wrestlers that'll have the largest impact, I think you'll see Lopez in TNA. I don't think she would fit with AEW. I could see the Good Brothers going back to Japan and just being happy as all get up. Vinci, he'll probably be on the independents and sign autographs because he's a prior WWE guy. But the way, all of that happened, Blair Davenport, she'll probably go back to Europe and do just fine. And on the independents, she's a really great act.
10 seconds.
Kind of a shock to see some of them, but NXT call-ups are happening. NXT is an amazing roster, and it's just part of the game.
Time. You will get a second round on this, brother. All right, Jtilly, go.
So I agree about Sonya Deville. I think she'll be a good fit in AEW. I think that roster is stacked enough as it is, which is fine. But she's one of those talents that I think WWE didn't use as much as they could have, and I think she's great as a manager figure. She was great as the GM for a while, so I think she'll be fine. I am curious about AOP because they were with WWE, got released, came back. So, what is it about them that's not working? And if it's behind the scenes stuff, then maybe not. Because what I was thinking is the WWE or AEW tag team scene they're building, AOP would fit in perfectly with them, with the big guys in the Hurt business. So even if it's a short contract, a one-off, I'd love to see AOP come in to like an open challenge and get them. So kind of don't know about them. Yeah, and then some other shocking ones. It's Sonya Deville was just at the Rumble, and boom, it's weird.
That was weird. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was weird. She was just at the Rumble, and then bang, we're not renewing. And what is it, Dawn? She was part of the tag team champions not a long time ago, but they released her and not her partner. Interesting stuff. So,
right.
I don't know what their plan is. Whatever it is, I hope they're all happy
10
and
seconds.
go wherever's going to be fun for them, and they're going to enjoy it. There is only AEW can't fit them all, so a couple maybe. I can see Cedric Alexander in the business.
You will get more time, I promise. Just a refresher here. We also want to know what you guys think about the long-term strategy regarding roster, and what promotions are, gonna benefit the most for signing any of these. On the side of the promotion, right? Let it be. With all this talent out there, there's really talented people out there. You could, I don't know, start a new promotion somewhere. Some people that just got out of trouble that they were having. Anyways,
fantasy booking
with the law. Anyway, Ellijare, you can go ahead. 1 minute 30.
Hell yeah, I'd love to see Cedric Alexander with AEW. I think in the Hurt Syndicate, I think that would be awesome. Paul Ellering, he goes back to the NWA with AOP. Nice little quiet homecoming. Yeah. They've NWA's quietly been having some really good shows. The who's going to benefit the most? I think the independent scene is going to absolutely benefit the most. I think GCW will benefit from potentially like a Sonya Deville showing up, because she's a big name. Now, something that I read about Sonya Deville, she always said, yes, I'll do it. Yes, that's fine. Let's go. And what did she get? She got released. Hey, we need you to do a behind the scenes role because of all of the stuff that she had going on, and they knew that she wasn't going to be able to focus on in ring. So they were like, yeah. So she agreed. Hey, we need you to do a tag team and an angle with Mandy Rose. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And she gets released. So she's a legit badass. I could see her in AEW. Cedric Alexander in AEW. Isla Dawn.
10 seconds.
Back in Europe, and she'd be a good fit in GCW or TNA against Masha Slamovich for that world title.
Time. All right, good points, man. All right, Jtilly, go ahead.
Yeah. So who's going to benefit the most? I think he nailed one of them. I think NWA absolutely could benefit. GCW 100%. MLW, those smaller wrestling organizations that are trying to build themselves. Matter of fact, I think we just had a conversation a couple weeks ago about NWA and how they could get some more talent. So that would be a good way to do it. Yeah, definitely check that one out. That would be a good way to do it. Pick up some of these names that are maybe not blockbuster famous, but if you hear they're on NWA, you're like, oh, I remember AOP. Weren't they involved in a thing with the Miz? So like, there's names that out there that could help. So I definitely think those promotions. New Japan could benefit a lot from some of these. They're having a hurt for talent right now as it is. And their storyline, so bringing in like the Good Brothers and that would be a good thing for them. As far as the roster shift, I don't know if we're seeing much of a shift because this happens every year. Every year we get a list of releases. It's Black Thursday and the spreadsheet comes out and they just release a bunch of people. What I think is good for everybody is the fact that we do have AEW. We do have TNA becoming a bigger name, NWA. You've got New Japan becoming more popular in the States. So there's more places for these people to go. So as far as the rosters at each place might not change the way they do things.
10 seconds.
You might see more roster refreshes. In other words, now we might see dream matches. Let's say Cody Rhodes' contract comes up in 2 years, whenever it is, and he decides, I want to go back to New Japan. So
time.
More refreshing, I think.
Well, it will all depend, I think, on the pockets of the companies and their abilities to promote the talent that they get. Because, I wouldn't call MLW or the NWA indies. There are like established companies. There are GCW as well, right? There are established companies that have a following, and even though they might not have TV like programming all the time, does MLW have TV programming? I don't know.
They have
they
a
do.
YouTube show, I think.
Okay, well, but I mean, like on TV, like cable TV is old school, maybe too.
I'm not sure.
Are they on TikTok? Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that as long as these guys are able to promote the talent, because going to WWE will create that million following that you need, right? And that will establish you forever. But you still have to capitalize on the talent that you get back. Yeah, good points all around. And I think yes. And I think
is part of Fight.
Huh? Oh, it's part. Oh,
Part of the
Fight.
Fight
Okay.
Network.
Well, yeah. What I mean is like, yeah. Well, I mean, there's like even
But no TV deal.
AAA has a TV show here in basic cable. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And for the final segment of the night, we're gonna
take
talk
alert.
about a big surprise that happened on NXT. And I'm gonna tell you something. I was surprised because I was watching it, and I started like texting everyone.
I was like, what am I seeing?
Right. So
Oh.
Ricky Starks showed up in NXT, cut up promo. I was not even into like listening to what just the visual was enough. We wish everybody to have a job and this is a great opportunity for him. Anyways, so. How significant is the Ricky Starks jump from AEW to WWE in the big picture of wrestling on this ongoing talent war? Is there a talent war? Does WWE see Stark as a future main event player? Or will he have to prove himself in NXT to be called up? And finally, what does this signing tell us about WWE's approach to acquiring, forming AEW's talent? Again, my man, you have 1 minute and 30. Go ahead.
Man. So Starks is one of Cody's best friends. So it was inevitable. Ethan Page, another good friend of Cody's, it was inevitable. The Juggernaut, Cody's been mentoring her all along, and now Jordan Grace. And I'm not sure what her new name is going to be. I think it's going to be London Trill, is what
Jesus.
what the
what randomizer they got that from?
Yeah, I don't know.
ChatGPT.
So what is this saying? How do they see Starks? Is this another effort in counter programming? We're just going to get him because AEW didn't know what to do with him. Well, Penta, Phoenix, Stark, Juggernaut. I mean, AEW, the big machine, is going to get behind him. I don't necessarily see him as a world champion on the main roster. I could see him carrying NXT, Intercontinental, a United States champion, tag team champion, something along those lines. But stranger things have happened, especially if he can get the momentum. What does AEW need to do? There's a wrestler. Their contract is going to be coming up soon. I don't know the name.
10
I'm just
seconds.
saying, but they will go to AEW, and AEW is going to have to put a rocket on them just for that effort of counter programming.
Time.
And annihilate their fat ass roster right now. So,
all right, Jtilly, go ahead. 1 minute 30.
So the first thing it says to me is that WWE doesn't mind contract tampering, because there is no way you can tell me that Ricky Starks wasn't talking to WWE this entire time about going there as soon as he got released, and boom, the next day he's there.
Oh, it took 36 hours. Come on.
Oh yeah, but that being said, I'm happy for him, right? Like, if that's what he wanted to do, that's fine. AEW, obviously, whatever the issues were backstage, if there were any, whatever, they didn't have anything for him, that's fine. He's a great talent. I think he'll be an NXT talent. I don't think you'll see him on the main roster, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think what WWE is doing is building NXT to be that third brand.
True.
So you're going to see people go on there, but they'll stay there, right? Like, there's no reason they have to go to the main roster if they're trying to tell you that NXT is the next thing. So I'm fine with that, right? Like, and that's okay. Just like I think AEW should do that with Ring of Honor if they bring talent over that's not the caliber of Omega and Ospreay, like Punk and Cody. You put them on Ring of Honor, and you still can build a really good show around some really talented people. Maybe 8-10 years down the line, hey, we'll call you up. I don't even want to say call you up. We'll move you, like a draft or whatever the case is. So,
10 seconds.
I always like Starks on the mic and in the ring. So I'm sad to see him go from AEW. But if he's happy where he's at, then I'm happy for him.
All right. You actually some good timekeeping there. The Jordan Grace thing, she just liked that on Twitter. It was like they gave a list of WWE new trademarks, and she went, "I'll take Trail London." No, it's actually Trail London.
Disappeared.
Well, yeah. We don't know. We don't know what the deal is with her.
She should have been in the ring the night Charlotte Flair was in the ring, challenging Charlotte Flair or something. In my opinion, if you're going to push somebody like you want to push them,
well, we don't know where she's going. Right, we don't know where she's going. We don't know, and also these comments about NXT. If NXT is truly going to be a top brand, right? Well, they will have to fix a little bit of the like the set first to make it feel bigger, and second, yes, that's right. You keep people there. You know, it takes you 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, and then you do a draft again. Like you bring back the draft, and then you draft people, and you scramble them, put them back in places. So that becomes like a moving thing. And then you have shows like we just talked about, Evolve, and then you bring people from Evolve and from the LFG, whatever. What the fuck? This is horrible. WWE, LFG, NXT, KBBL. No. BBLs. Anyways, it's just dumb. There is this.
Did no one else catch that?
I did.
BBL.
Yeah, it's just that it's too much, man. It's like it was okay when it was like government agencies, FBI, CIAs, right? And
the lettered agencies.
Yeah, it's just please stop it. Come up with names. Come up with full names for shows, please. Anyways,
yeah.
I think they're gonna bring them up, and that's when we're gonna have or main event people. NXT is gonna be a big brand. I think that's what they're trying to do. Yep. It's gonna be pretty cool, right? And then you're gonna have them in WrestleManias, and WrestleMania is gonna be 5 days long, and I'm still gonna watch it. I don't care.
On an island, on its own island, WrestleMania.
On an island, probably in Saudi Arabia or something like that. Because, anyways, great show, guys. Great show. I think we had a lot of great points here. It's just a lot of information. And we try to condense it. We try to talk about it. We're trying to have fun with it. Also, we're trying to run it short, so the guy that edits this stuff does not go crazy after it.
Don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want that. So, if you like the show, please share, like, and subscribe. Share with everybody. Bring your family and watch it together. It's not really a family show because we curse a lot, but. We're trying to bring like a different approach on this, and we're trying to keep it very, very friendly.
Final thoughts.
Jtilly, final words of the week. Anything that I'm going to flip it. Anything that you are anything that you liked, anything that you think that I was worth mentioning. If it's on entertainment, if it's on wrestling, whatever you want to talk about, you have free range here. Go ahead.
If you did not watch Collision last Saturday, go watch Collision. Probably one of the best shows I've seen AEW put on.
It was fucking amazing.
On women's wrestling, which is why I probably liked it so much. Definitely worth watching for like shows of the week. I actually think it was my show of the week. Dynamite was close. I don't know about SmackDown because it's on in the background. I haven't really watched it yet, but fantastic. Looking forward to Grand Slam. Looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a hell of a show. And then a fun thought I had, which maybe we could spin off into another thing, is what if we had real drafts like the NFL in wrestling? Every 4 years, every contract expires, and they go and do a draft. How awesome would that be? But we'll leave that for you to ponder. Who was your first draft pick? Leave a comment down below.
Yeah, go ahead and watch Collision. It was
so good.
Oh, it was so good. I'm just saying. Thank you, Toro. Thank you, Toro. I
That's a cool
appreciate.
hat.
Yeah, it is a cool hat. Yeah, it is.
It's-
All right, Ellijare, go ahead. You have your free range here. Whatever you think was noteworthy on the week, go ahead, man.
Yeah, it was very significant. We hit some of the topics with the wrestlers being released. We saw another champion tonight lose a match. The United States Women's Champion Chelsea Green, Lucha Underground alum. Again, back to back shows with the Women's Intercontinental and the Women's United States Champions losing a match. Congratulations to Michelle McCool and all of the selectees for the Hall of Fame getting ready to come up during WrestleMania weekend. And like JT said, I think Grand Slam is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what comes out of it as we head to All In Texas. So I think it's going to be a good time.
That being said, I'm going to do a review show for Grand Slam if you're available, Ellijare or Tony. If you guys want to jump on, I'm definitely going to do a show.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's do that.
Pay-per-view worthy.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to impress. That tomorrow's show is gonna be something. Yeah. I think so. All right, guys, thank you very much for listening and watching. Again, please share, like, and subscribe. And Jtilly,
like you said, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow us wherever you get your podcast from. If you're into the audio version, like us on X, NoShaveManCave.com, Instagram, NSMC_podcast. Go buy some merch. Oh, I'm not wearing any. Usually I have my stuff on. Go buy some merch. We've got it up and running in the store at the NoShaveManCave.com. And check that out for t-shirts. I've got hats. We got some hoodies on there. So go support the channel. And that's all I got, man. Hot tag it out for you to take us home, brother.
all right, Ellijare, go ahead, take us out.
Happy Valentine's Day. Hope everybody
happy
is
Valentine's Day.
with their loved ones and getting their own their own finisher, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
But until next time, hey, to our brothers and sisters in arms, thank you so much for what you do. And again, thanks for checking us out here at the No Shave Man Cave NSMC podcast. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.